Welcome to Santos Brothers Eat, food worth mentioning.
Where Chef Jeff and his brother Kenny talk about their amazing adventures eating and tasting food that is so incredible, they have got to just share it with the world.
My mouth is salivating already.
All right, so this is Kenny Santos for Santos Brothers Eat. As you can see, I'm here with my brother Chef Jeff, and together we are your favorite Filipino foodies. And today we're going to be talking about a little bit of dessert and a little bit of, lunch, Jeff?
Yeah, let's go with that.
And actually, the way we discussed it, we're going to do the desserts first, right, Jeff?
Yeah, that's everyone's favorite. I'm guessing, ensaymada is really more a merienda item. It can be desserty.
Merienda is kind of like a snack time in the Philippines, or maybe called tea time. But it could be ensaymadas could be eaten for breakfast. They could be eaten after a meal, kind of like for dessert, or just as a snack. Kind of tea time snack sort of thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
No. So ensaymada, I think we talked about this before. We had ensaymada in one of our past episodes.
I'll interrupt. That is episode. Season 1, episode 27. Season 1, episode 27. I'm going to double check that, but go ahead and keep talking, Jeff.
Yeah. And so for those of you that are just joining us for the first time, ensaymada is basically a Filipino sort of brioche-style bun. And once it's baked, they actually put a bit of sweet butter on top, sprinkle some sugar, and some grated cheese. And it's usually like an old cheddar, or I think even like old Parmesan, like it's a white cheese most times.
Yeah.
So that's what they use.
Yeah, something that we had growing up. And I don't know, have you ever visited a Starbucks when you're in the Philippines, Jeff?
I was going to mention that too. I remember when Dylan was young into the Philippines, went to a Starbucks just down the street from where we were staying at one of our aunt's houses. And surprise, surprise, Starbucks in the Philippines have ensaymada, just as they would have a croissant here in North America, in Toronto.
Yeah, so it's kind of like they just have it with their coffee, kind of like we'd have a donut, or a slice of pie, or, So that's why I kind of said it was dessert. It is desserty, but you could also have it for breakfast. And so this place that we went to, what is it called, Jeff?
It is called Lushy Sweets. And I'm not too sure how we found them. Maybe Blog TO, it could be wrong. But it's one of those things where, there's so many during the pandemic, it's July 2021, and people were doing some home baking. And as a lot of people do, they give it to their friends and they say, you know what, you should really sell this. You'll make a name for yourself, or you'll make some good money. And that they did. They actually branched off and they started doing it. It's a home business. So you order online and they deliver to you, or you pick it up from a certain area.
And so you actually got the delivery, right, Jeff?
Yes.
Yeah, they actually came to you. How fun. So Lushy Sweets, Toronto's gourmet ensaymada.
Yes, they are.
Yummy.
Look at that. If let's go to the picture, Ken, or you want to look on the website for now that gets the order, that gets some flavors that they have.
Yeah, I remember. So here's what's nice is that, we will talk about the flavors that are available. So again, with Jeff, traditionally, it's just a brioche bun with some butter. Sometimes it's a sweet butter, sometimes it's just butter, and then they sprinkle sugar on top, and then they top that off again with some shredded cheese. But just like ensaymada, they took this to the next level. So they have a Nutella cheesecake, they have a salted egg on black ensaymada, which I believe, just say black. I wonder if that was
black sesame.
Black sesame, coco pandan. And then they have the cheesy, which is the normal, or I guess traditional, I shouldn't say normal, ube. The purple yam and the red velvet. And tiramisu. I forgot about the tiramisu. Absolutely. And when I was looking at this, Jeff asked me, well, which ones should we get? And we actually ended up getting the salted egg on black for our father. And I didn't know that you could mix and match. I just thought, you got to order 6. And, we didn't want to order 12 of these things just to get another flavor. And so luckily we were able to get different mixing and matching. Yeah. And so here are, the different packages that you can get. But basically what was nice is that, Jeff, what did you get? Did you get the assorted? Is that what you got, Jeff?
Yeah, create your own box. So the one in the far left, bottom left corner.
Oh, here we go.
There it is. Yeah.
Create your own box. That was really easy. There's a second page to their menu as well.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah, so
tiramisu.
there's a dessert in the ube or the purple yam. So you did the create your own box,
I did.
which is kind of nice, and then you could just basically add your flavors. Is that how it works?
That was it. Yeah. So yeah, if you go to the menu, it says add to cart. So like Ken said, we ordered one salted egg for our father. Then I ordered a couple of a couple of the regular the traditional, the cheesy, an ube, two of the Nutella cheesecake, and then two of the chilled tiramisu.
Mm. Yeah, and as you can see, they're $3.50 each if you do create your own box. And if you think about this, if you actually got a pastry or something like that at a Starbucks, it would probably cost you about
Yeah.
$3 or $4. So, it's kind of nice. We actually really enjoyed it. And before we go to our pictures, we're going to go to their pictures. Here's their Instagram, and if you want to get a link to their Instagram feed, you could always follow the show notes, or if you're watching this on video, in the description of the video. If you want to find out where all that is, it's on our website, SantosBrosEat.card with 2 R's.co. And again, that's all going to be in the show notes as well.
Nice.
And so looking through, what was nice, Jeff and I were just looking through this maybe just 5 minutes before we started the cast, and this picture, a couple pictures caught my eye, but this one was, since it was right away, they have this mango bravo and the chocolate mousse. These look like new flavors.
Yeah.
Oh, starting August 4th. So they aren't even active yet, which is kind of neat. Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah, I think they do like a flavor of the month. So for next month or August to 2021 is chocolate mousse and mango bravo.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. They look pretty good. And here's something that caught our eye as well as we're looking through. Caught my eye because what does that look like?
Yeah.
Looks like a fried egg.
Exactly right.
And so they got a little video here. Those of you that can't watch this on video, look at their Instagram feed because they have ensaymada with fried eggs on top. And there's two types. According to the description, there's a cheesy hot dog or a corned beef. In the corned beef, it's the canned corned beef. In the Philippines, we fondly call it carne norte. So it's corned beef hash with corned beef and the potato. I don't think they have the potato on the actual ensaymada version, but it looks pretty good.
And I'm guessing they're using quail eggs. Just because of the size of the yolk and then the size of the egg, period. And,
you know what? That's a good point. They probably are using quail eggs, and that's a really good idea for them, because if it was a real egg or a chicken egg, it would just be too big.
Yeah. And if you ever tried to crack open a quail egg to fry, it is kind of difficult. And just to fry a quail egg too, you have to make sure your pan is well greased, or a nonstick pan, and just time it right. Make sure you get that runny yolk still.
Absolutely. And it's a good point. I never told you this before, but I remember I would order quail eggs a lot at sushi restaurants, and I would sit at the bar, and I have watched sushi chefs that have studied in Japan have a hard time cracking open those quail eggs. When they finally get it open, the yolk breaks, they end up throwing it out, and then they get me a new one. And I've seen someone go through 3 or 4 just to get one solid yolk.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So yeah, good point there, Jeff. So let's have a peek at the ones that we got, because Jeff he did tell us which ones that we ended up getting, but let's just revisit that again, shall we?
Yes. So there we go. Starting from the top left corner, that is the Nutella cheesecake, the one with the dark sort of chocolate crumble on top. Yeah. Next to that is the salted egg with the black sesame dough. Yeah. Right in the middle is the ube. You can tell by the sort of purplish cream on top. On the far bottom right corner is the chilled tiramisu.
Yummy.
And the far left corner, bottom left corner, is the traditional or cheesy ensaymada.
Great picture. It shows how handsome all of the ensaymadas are. So definitely look at our Instagram feed if you're not watching this on video.
Now, like Ken said, it's a great picture. As always, my wife Diana takes all our pictures for us. And just to let you know how good this picture is, Lushy Sweets is actually using this picture for their upcoming branding. So they messaged Diana and asked for permission. She said, of course you can use it. So they'll give her credit for these pictures, but And like I said, the tiramisu, it says chilled tiramisu, because the ensaymadas you could usually just heat up for about 10 seconds in the microwave just to get them more flavor and get them softer. But the chilled tiramisu, they recommend just leave it chilled, or don't microwave it at all. Just eat it room temperature or chilled for the best flavor.
Yeah, and if you want to keep them fresh, obviously, for the chilled ones, the tiramisu, got to keep that in the fridge, because there must be something in it that's going to go bad. Because
Oh
the other
yeah.
ones, you don't have to refrigerate them. I mean, I wouldn't keep them out for a week or anything, but as
No.
long as you'd keep like a donut in a shelf, you can keep a ensaymada on the shelf as
Hmm.
well, kind of thing.
Exactly right. All right, let's
Yeah.
go to the next picture.
All right.
So yeah, there is the gentleman's name is June, which funny enough is our father's name. Well, at least our father's nickname, June.
Mhm.
And the lady next to him is his wife, Mary. So from what they told me, June is the one that makes the dough and bakes everything, and Mary's the one that fills and decorates the ensaymada for Lushy Sweets. So it's a it's a good husband wife duo.
And I gotta say, you know what? The dough is very, very good, and so is the sweet.
Yeah,
I was gonna say sweet. I meant the filling and the topping for that. I will talk about the filling in a little bit
yeah.
here. This is
Actually,
kind of nice.
yeah.
Go back.
So yeah, just go back for a second. So just let you know, when you go on their website and there's options for pickup or delivery. I ordered this late Friday, and I thought I'd pick it up on Saturday. But when I went to the page regarding pickup time, Sunday was only available. So you know that they make their stuff fresh. Like they don't have like some stuff like on the side. So it was still fresh. The delivery, their correspondence, and their service was top notch. Along with the taste and the look of these ensaymada, the service that June and Mary provided were just incredible.
Very good. Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's important to know this. Everything they have super fresh, made to order. This isn't like it's been sitting on a shelf hoping that someone buys it. This is like someone orders it and then they make it.
Yeah.
And this picture here is from Lushy Sweets' own Instagram feed.
Yep.
Actually, it's from their story. And, it's great that they used Jeff. So they took this picture of you. Is that how this worked, Jeff?
Yeah. So they took a picture of me, and then I took a picture of them. So we
Nice.
exchanged Instagram stories and Instagram pics.
Very,
So,
very
and
good.
that
Yeah.
and that's very
Whoops.
important. You got to do that. For a business to survive in these days, it's Google could do so much, but Instagram, like a lot of times, we find our inspirations in our restaurants through Instagram or Facebook. So
Absolutely. And I was thinking, you know what? We need the Santos brothers I mean, we do good on the Instagram, but we don't do good on the Google reviews or the Yelp. We should get our
yeah,
own Google. We should start leaving Google reviews and Yelp reviews. That would be
that's
kind
it.
of nice. Here's the two of us, two handsome
That's right.
gentlemen holding the insane models, all the flavors that you saw before,
That's right.
which
So
is
remember, these
really
are
nice.
your favorite Filipino foodies holding the ensaimadas.
Absolutely. And so let's talk about this a little bit. Is that this here is a picture of, we're going to show, I think, each of the ensaymadas that are split up. Maybe not
Yeah,
all of them.
not all of them, but just the
Yeah.
the more unusual ones.
More unusual ones or the ones that are fun. Now, this one is of the black sesame and the salted egg. And I want to
Yeah.
point something out is that ensaymada, the traditional kind, does not have a filling. Traditional
No.
ensaymada is just a brioche bun with the toppings on top. What is nice is that Lushy Sweets, they put a filling inside, and it's like a buttercream filling that is flavored much like, or it's flavored just basically the same flavor as the ensaymada. So
Yeah.
this tasted like salted egg, right, Jeff?
Yeah. Just a
Yeah.
bit sweeter because salted egg, hence the name. For those of you who haven't eaten it, salted egg is very salty. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not one of my favorite items. I know that our dad likes it. Ken, do you like this salted egg?
No. Well, I mean, if I have salted egg, I need to have it with a lot of bread or a lot of rice or
Yeah,
something like that. It's
exactly
really,
right.
really salty. So they actually do have a salted egg on top, which you could see.
Mm-hmm.
And then they, use the buttercream in the middle to make that salted egg, and then, still had the cheese and everything. It was a pretty tasty one. Ensaymadas
Yeah.
they're usually sweet just because of the sugar that's on top. This was more of a savory one. And the family liked it. What did you think of it, Jeff?
Oh yeah, I was pleasantly surprised on this. Like I was a bit hesitant on eating it. But that's why we only got one for our dad. But we decided, we'll give him half and we'll take a quarter each. And I liked it. Yeah, I wasn't like the salted egg part. I think I gave to Ken or I gave to my dad. But the actual filling on the outside, yeah, it was really good.
And this is one of those that we would suggest you eat this. I wouldn't eat this one cold. I'd actually suggest even heating this one a little bit.
Mm.
What would you, Jeff? Would you have this room temperature? Would you heat it? Like how would you?
I think we heated everything except for the tiramisu for like 10 to 20 seconds. You
Okay.
know, just heat them up just a bit more.
It's always nice when the buns are a little bit warmer, so that's kind of nice. So the next
Yeah.
picture, this is the ube again,
Yes.
purple yam.
Yeah.
And why don't you comment on this, Jeff?
So it's actually an ube jam they have in the middle of it with the ube buttercream on top and the cheese. But what I like about these ensaymadas, Lushy Sweets, that look how much filling there is. Like it's incredible how much filling they give per ensaymada.
Yeah, it is a very healthy portion of the fillings. You can tell by the pictures that they're not skimpy at all.
No.
I mean, the dough is so well made, but it's really well done with the filling. And then, of course, the buttercream on top. And I will say, because I do want to stress this, ensaymada is a pretty simple snack or a pretty simple dessert. Even to have buttercream on top is kind of unusual. It's usually, again, butter, and the butter's here just so that the sprinkled sugar and that the sprinkled cheese kind of sticks to it.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's usually how simple it is. So this is, you know, as they say, Lushy Sweets is gourmet. So this is a gourmet ensaymada. Did like this one. It really tasted like the purple yam, didn't it, Jeff?
Oh, it did, yeah. It was really good. I like this one a lot.
Super yummy. Moving right along. This is the Nutella.
Nutella cheesecake. It is. And look at that. So look how, yeah, the filling on this is just oozing out because it's the sort of cheesecake sort of appearance. And this is heated up a bit. So yeah, it allowed the gooiness to come out more.
So do you remember, because the top is really dark, is this just chocolate sprinkles? Like what is
Yeah,
this?
chocolate sprinkles. Okay. Or maybe cookie crumb. I think that's what it is more.
Cookie crumb, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, that is the final picture. That is the final picture. And so, you know, Jeff, what would you, I mean, the way we're talking about it, this is something that we definitely recommend.
Yeah.
Yes. So
like I said before, we had ensaymada's in season 1. They were good, but I like these much better. I think they presented better because ensaymadas were pre-packaged or packaged. So when you took the package off, a lot of the topping came off of the packaging. This one came in a nice box. There's no packaging around it, and I think they're bigger too.
Oh yeah,
that's for sure. I give these I get each of them a 9. They were that good.
Solid, you know? Yeah. That's a nice solid score for them. I will say this: as far as ensaymada, again, that's season 1, episode 27. If you're kind of alone and you want a big batch of these things, the ensaymada's are better to freeze because they're all individually packaged.
Yeah.
And actually, I think there's instructions on how to freeze them and how to reheat them with ensaymada. This is more if you're going to eat it within the next day or two, right, or right away. These are far better, without a doubt. If you go and listen, I just listened to our podcast, a part of it about ensaymada. Again, season 1, episode 27, and you know they had the mango and they had like this, what is it, cinnamon bun flavored, and I remember mentioning to Jeff that the mango didn't taste like mango and the cinnamon didn't taste like cinnamon. It was just kind of like sweet icing on top of a bun.
That was it.
These particular ensaymadas actually tasted what their flavors were. This actually tasted like a cheesecake Nutella. It actually tasted like ube, salted egg, or it tasted like the tiramisu. I do want to ask you, Jeff, because I did not get to eat it, is that they're traditional. Where's the traditional? This one here, traditional. Was there a filling in that?
No, there wasn't. Yeah, it was just a regular, like a traditional ensaymada. So bun itself, no filling inside. But the buttercream, like I said, was unusual because it's usually just butter. But yeah, no filling inside, but it was still a delicious bun.
Yeah, buttercream is the perfect cream or the perfect icing for ensaymada because they use butter anyway. And so it's really, really good. And so if you want to order, it's super simple to order from. You just go over to their website and just, hit the menu. And then I don't know what happens after you add it to your cart. Jeff, you've done it.
Yeah, but basically, so it'll make a cart like you would in shopping, and then and actually, if you look under add to your cart, there is like Branson meetup. But then if you click more options, there's a Mississauga one too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's also so there's their meetup locations. So yeah,
very good.
If I had to guess, 25 Peel Center Drive is brand new city center. and there's a Jollibee there. So if I had to guess, they're meeting you in the front of the Jollibee.
Makes
And
sense.
from Mississauga, I just happened to know, I happen to be in the area. That address is at Tompkin and Eglinton, and
Okay.
there's a Filipino restaurant called Calderani's. And if I
Very
had to
good.
guess, they're meeting you there. So keep it in the family. And if you want to hit home on their page, Ken,
Yeah. Hold on a
okay,
second here. There we
here we
go.
go. Okay, and scroll all the way down.
Okay. All the way, all the way.
Yeah, look at that. So, bottom left corner of the picture there,
Yep.
that is Tita. That's Diona from Canto or Tita Flips.
I was looking at that Canto
Yeah.
hat there. Very nice.
So I think Diona ordered them for a function, or maybe that's another pickup location for if you're in Toronto.
Very
So
good.
nothing official yet, but it's good to see Diona there doing a collaboration with Lushy Sweet.
Yeah. So next time we do want to try the egg. Like I do want to try the egg one. Wouldn't
Okay.
mind trying that with the quail egg on top. And then the new flavors for next month are the mango. Of course, there's mango.
Yes.
Actually, I'm surprised there's not mango on their regular menu, tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And then the chocolate mousse. I'm not saying I wouldn't get it, but we've had the Nutella, so it's not like there's a big rush to get it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, but we would probably get this again. I really enjoyed this.
Oh, it was.
Just because this one looks so good.
What's this one
My
here?
goodness, this is a chocolate for
chocolate
World
lemons.
Chocolate Day. Chocolate ensaymada. The way the chocolate is pouring out of this.
yeah.
Those of you that see this on the video can really notice. Again, look on their Instagram feed with the chocolate shavings on top. I think they skipped the cheese for this one, and I think it's a good idea that they did.
Yeah, just pure chocolate. Yeah.
Very, very good.
Wow.
Yeah. So guess we talk about what we had next, eh, Jeff?
Yeah. Exactly right.
So we actually, you had some lunch on a Friday, right?
Yes, it was Friday. Yeah. So, like I said before, like a lot of times if Diana's busy for lunch and I am on my own, so I'll usually go somewhere where Diana is not a big fan of East Indian food or West Indian food, just her palate. So I often try something that I like. And I was in an area, I was actually craving butter chicken, but there's nowhere near me. And all of a sudden, I was going to the Costco on the Queensway, and I know that Momo to go was nearby, so I just happened to look at their menu flavor, and they actually do offer a butter chicken Momo or dumpling. So Ken here, that's for the Blog2 article. So that's how we first discovered Momo to go.
Yeah.
Momo's. So this is a Tibetan, or I believe so.
Yeah.
Right Tibetan
here.
restaurant. They actually have the first restaurant they had. If I want to scroll down, Ken, I forgot the name of the actual mother restaurant. Sorry, go back. So scroll back up to the first paragraph. One more. There's more.
Himalayan Kitchen. Keep going.
Yeah, there it is. So
Himalayan Kitchen.
Go. Yes, thank you very much. So that was their the first restaurant they opened, and then they branched out to sort of more of a takeaway service, and they had Momos to go. Momos are basically a Tibetan dumpling. And that's it. Yeah, there we go.
So here's the Wikipedia. What is Momo? Momo is a type of East and South Asian steam-filled dumpling of Nepal. So definitely from Tibet area, which is pretty nice. And so if you like dim sum, I mean, it's not the same as dim sum, right? Because it's from a different country. Right. But if you like dumplings, you might want to try some Momo, because this is the first time I had it, and I really, really enjoyed them. I didn't tell you that, Jeff. My goodness.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about that. So I had my lunch, but it was a huge serving, and I was able to portion some out and give to Ken because I saw him, I think, the next day. So there's their storefront there, Momo to go. Like, it's very eye-catching, too. Nice, bright colors. So you can't miss it.
Is it just a counter inside, Jeff?
Yeah, it's just a counter inside. So
hence the to-go, right?
Exactly right. Yeah, and I recommend that you actually call ahead of time, because my order took about 20 minutes, which is a good and bad thing. Like I thought, when you say to go, it's like you thought it's fast, but it took 20 minutes. But it's going to be fresh. So taking the time to steam it, like the Momo's already pre-made, so it could be frozen or just in the fridge. So they need time to steam it and then add the sauce to it as well.
Yeah. So that's true. You know what? If you have to wait, At least you know it's fresh, which is good to know. But Jeff's right. If you think of it, you know you're going to go order ahead. And we recommend that if you're picking up food anywhere, just order ahead. Even if it's a food truck. Maybe if you can, if there's an option to order ahead, definitely order ahead. They have a pretty simple looking menu. They have momos, which are the dumplings, but that looks like they have some other stuff as well, right, Jeff?
Yeah, they actually it's just to cater to the North American palate. They actually do have French fries as well as a side dish, and they just use some of the sauces to flavor the French fries as well. And from what I hear, it's a very popular item. But like I said, to cater to the North American palate, I guess if a family's eating together, the kids may not like dumplings, but they like French fries. So, hey, they have French fries with the sauce. Let's try it, and the kids will like it.
Absolutely. And so what did you order? You ordered
this is the buttered chicken Momo. And above it, they're called tingmos. And I guess it's like, I thought they'd be smaller. I thought they'd be smaller for sure. But that basket there only costs $5.99. Believe it or not.
All of this together is $5.99.
No, yeah, the three.
The three,
tingmos.
The tingmos cost $5.99. They were massive because you gave me 1.5 of them.
Yeah.
And they remind me a lot of, I guess they kind of remind me of bao, like this, the texture, the flavor, everything about them except for the shape reminds me of bao.
Yeah. So what's unique about these ones? See how the way they're shaped? Basically, it's a flat dough that they actually roll up, roll and roll and roll. So when I tried to tear it apart, I could see each of the layers.
Yeah.
And so it's like their sort of version of what is it? Roti? Yeah, of roti or dal. So you can actually use that, have a momo, and use that to get a little sauce in the bottom, and it was good.
Oh yeah, it's perfect for gathering up sauce because there's just like bao, there's just no flavor to them. It's just a blank canvas, kind of like. For those of you that aren't used to that, maybe you think of the garlic bread with, after spaghetti, you sop up all the sauce with it. This is the same thing, except this is the Himalayan version or the Tibetan version. Yeah. Very, very good.
Yeah, let's go to the next picture, Ken. And then that's the butter chicken momo by itself. So there was 2, 4, 6, I think 8 dumplings. I think I ate one before the picture.
Maybe, yeah.
But a generous portion. The sauce was delicious. Now, can we go back to the article, Ken, from Blog.to?
Absolutely. So the article's here.
Yeah. So those are the momos, traditional momos. It's 3 brothers that found this restaurant, and because they traveled in South Asia, momos, they actually use some of the sauces like East India. They use butter chicken sauce, and they use other sauces from different areas of South Asia. So yes. Momo butter chicken isn't from it, they don't have a butter chicken in Nepal. They're just borrowing the flavor from India.
But does momos, do they usually come in a sauce, or they usually come like kind of like dim sum, like just plain? Do you know?
Just plain, like that paragraph we see right in the middle. So steamed momos come in beef, chicken, or veggie, and they just come just steamed on the side with a dipping sauce.
My goodness.
Yeah, and I have frozen as well. So you have a steamer. Or do the microwave with a wet cloth over them. You could reheat them that way.
25 for 50, 40 for 100, 75 for 200.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you show up at a party with some of these, you're going to be a superstar because they taste so incredible.
Oh yeah. And so if you scroll down more, Ken, so it's actually one of the brothers. He's actually a George Brown graduate. He's the one that makes the sauces for these momos, and he was inspired by his travels around South Asia. So that's where his inspiration for the sauces there. Very
good. I really, really like that sauce that he made was so incredible.
Yeah. Oh, and that one there, scroll back down. That's a dessert momo, it looks like.
This one?
Crunchy one, yeah. It's crispy chili momo. Oh, not dessert, but yeah.
Yeah, I can see why you'd think it was a dessert one, right? Yeah. What's here? Here's the sauce with the, sorry, not the sauce, the fries with that sauce.
Yeah, chili sauce, chili fries.
I will say this, is that I would leap at having the fries with that butter chicken sauce that we had because they're so good. Yeah, they even offer lassies, mango lassies. Nice.
That's right.
Those of you out there who don't know what a mango lassi is, it's kind of like a mango shake with some yogurt in it.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it a lassi. It's the yogurt. And then, yeah, so very, very good. And just like I said before, I would love to have this sauce was so good.
Oh,
Actually, I didn't
it
even
was
know it was
good.
butter chicken till I
Oh, you
had
did?
it.
Okay, nice.
No, I kind of wanted to keep it of a mystery. I just knew that you gave me some food, and I thought, wow,
Yeah,
we gotta try this out. And when I
that's
had
right.
it, it was over. Like I destroyed the bao thing, the ting bao or whatever those
Yeah,
calls. I
Tingmo.
just
Actually, if
the
you go to
ting
the next
baos.
picture, there's a better picture of the Tingmos, or one Tingmo.
Yeah.
So yeah, look at that. You can tell the layers, the way they make it, like a flat dough. They just roll it up, keep on rolling until it's that shape.
And you can't tell in the picture, but this thing's huge. It's like the size of a large coffee mug. It's
Yeah, actually,
giant.
if you make your fist, that's the
Yeah.
size of it. So
Yeah.
it is pretty. It was large and dense.
Oh my
You know,
goodness.
it was
Very,
dense.
very dense. And so actually we'll get to that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, perfect again, perfect canvas, to sop up any of the sauce. I gotta say, I recommend the butter chicken. I can't recommend the other ones because I haven't had them.
No.
But if they're as good or even half as good as the butter chicken, then I gotta recommend them too
Oh yeah.
because everything about it tasted good. Do you know what was inside of our momos? Was it the beef or chicken or?
So if I had to guess, because it was butter chicken, it was chicken inside.
Makes sense.
If you look at their menu and if you go online and order it, it does say, have your momos with your choice of beef or veg.
Mm,
But I guess because it's butter chicken, the momo itself was already preset.
very
Um,
good.
but if you go to the last picture, the one you just showed, so this isn't what I had. A friend of mine just happened to go there as well, and she ordered this assortment of momos. And what's unique is each dough is color is the flavor. So
Nice.
starting on the left side, the yellow is turmeric. So they actually added a bit of turmeric to the dough and made the flavor. I believe these are all vegetarian momos.
Nice.
The one on the bottom is paprika,
Okay.
so it might have a bit of kick to it. The one next to that in the far right is just traditional, so regular dough. And the one on top is basil dough
Mm.
that she described. So a bit of basil sprinkled inside. So it's not green, but just like sprinkle, like probably just fresh basil they put in the dough just to give little specks.
I'll tell you, if I go back, besides getting that butter chicken again, I wouldn't mind trying something like this because this
Yeah.
looks pretty fun and it looks like it would be fun to share too.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's funny, she even mentioned the timing as well. She said, "Wow, I should have ordered ahead because it took this one about 15 minutes to order, like to get." So yeah,
Absolutely. So, what's your rating on the butter chicken Momo?
I give it 9 again. Like the momos themselves are delicious. They were nice and huge. The sauce, we both can't say enough of the sauce, and the ting mo itself was huge, dense, and just perfect to sop up all the extra sauce that we got with the butter chicken.
Yeah, I would say this. I've only had Tibetan food once before this.
Okay.
And I feel like this is my first exposure really because basically I don't even well was it Tibetan food? Basically, I had a friend that worked at a restaurant and all the chefs were from Tibet, but it was a Chinese restaurant. So at the end of the night, they would just cook up all this food and send the staff home. And I just thought it was Chinese food. When I ate it, it didn't taste
Right.
like Chinese food to me. It was actually really spicy.
Ooh,
But this I would have, and I guess because it's the butter chicken, it's not really traditional. I mean,
no,
that's very, very fusion.
it is.
But I would try this. But maybe these aren't traditional either, just because they are Momo. But I don't know if they come with a different flavors traditionally like that.
Oh yeah, good point.
Good
Good
point. But I
point.
still would want to try. I mean, this place highly, highly recommend. Where is it,
Yeah.
Jeff? Again, Queen and
It's the Queensway, and just east of Islington.
Mm,
So if you go to the Costco on the Queensway, it's nearby. So yeah,
spectacular. And Jeff recommends to call ahead. Have a look at
yes,
their menu. Call ahead. That way you could just pick up the food and not
hmm
worry about lineups.
no,
Because while it's always good to have good fresh food, it's always better if you don't have to wait for it. So
yeah,
Jeff,
exactly
just
right.
call ahead. And again, yeah. 9 out of 10. That is such a perfect number. It's a
Hmm.
solid restaurant to go to, and just definitely recommend that. And so that is, we talked about our lunch that we had a little bit earlier. We talked about kind of like a dessert or a snack
Yeah,
item or even a breakfast item. Both places we recommend, and we can't wait to go back. Actually, Jeff, I said that I'd want to try that I don't know that assortment Momo. I don't even know what it's called that your friend
okay.
got. What do you want to get next time?
To be honest, I want to try a traditional Momo, and whatever sauce it comes in, and let them know that it's not too hot. As you know, I'm not like that steamed one is good, and you can just dip your sauce in it. So I want to try like a naked Momo, just
That's
for
a
the
good idea. Yeah, because it's good that we tried the way it was kind of quote unquote supposed to be made, because we have this fusion, which was awesome, but it would be nice to try it, how most people have momos,
Right.
just a traditional way with whatever sauces they have. I imagine there's probably 3 or 4 different types of
Oh
sauces. I
yeah.
have no idea. But the sauces themselves, they don't just look brown like soy sauce or like a
No,
teriyaki. They look colorful. And
they
so it
do.
looks like a lot of fun.
It
So
does.
yeah, definitely want to visit this place again. And I definitely want to have Lushy Sweets again because I like their flavors.
Oh, they were delicious. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, before we end the episode, we're going to remind you just to do something super simple, super easy. If you're getting value from our recommendations or you're just getting entertained by what we're talking about when it comes to food, we invite you to like, subscribe, share, comment. Go ahead and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're watching this or listening to this, because it does help us get that word out. Isn't that right, Jeff?
That is right, yeah. And if you have any recommendations for us to try, please add them to the comments as well. And remember this quote from Julia Child: "People who like to eat are always the best people."
Yeah, and that of course includes my brother, Chef Jeff Santos, and I'm his brother, Kenny Santos. Together, we are your favorite Filipino foodies, and that is it for this episode. Thank you, everybody.
All right, take care.
You've been listening to Santos Brothers Eat.
Food worth mentioning.